James Mills is in here, and you're running for district judge, right?
That's right,
Here in McCracken County.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, James, let's just start with the question I ask everybody in this instance. Why do you want to be a district judge?
Well,
you see what they have to put up with all the time.
That's true. I mean, it's a hard job, and certainly running for office isn't easy either. This is you basically put your life on hold for a year, and it's a lot of hard work. But I want to be a district judge not to fulfill any kind of wish fulfillment of my own. It's not about a status thing or anything. There really is a need for a change in district court here in McCracken County, and it's time for some new blood. I'm going to be ruffling some feathers, but that's the nature of politics. I didn't get into this to necessarily just everything to be sunshine and lollipops. But the fact of the matter is that I'm running against a current district judge who is not holding up his end of the bargain. And when I first started campaigning, it was a lot of rah-rah, like, look at me, this is so fun. But as the 9 months have gone on, and I've knocked on over 3,000 doors. I've gone to parades. I've gone to forums like the one Paula hosted for the KFB. I've gone to the NAACP forum. I've talked, and my opponent's never shown up to anything. It's almost as if he's taken his position for granted.
You've talked about a need for a change, and you said he's not holding up his end of the bargain. What is it you want to do differently?
Well, the main thing is I want to show up to work and come to the courthouse and be there when people need a judge. I've gotten a little bit angry as this campaign's going on because, I work in the same building. I work at the courthouse. I am a felony prosecutor. I'm the second highest felony prosecutor in the county. And I park in the same parking lot. I go there every single day, and I pass his parking spot, and it's always empty. And I just, there's a reason why the judge I'm running against had 2 or 3 qualified primary challengers, and the other district judge, there's 2 of them, didn't have any. It's because something needs to be done, and the courthouse can be a pretty insulated place. It can be a bit of a bubble. Not everybody on the outside knows what's going on, and it takes an election for the word to actually get out. I mean, an election, at least to me, is a job performance review. It's basically saying, this elected official, are they doing a good job? Are they holding up their end of the bargain? And, I think it's fair game to point out if, somebody's not doing their job, for a good candidate to come, run against them, and work hard and try to beat them. And I've basically been boxing a ghost up until now. So,
James Mills running for district judge here. You say you're a felony prosecutor.
Yes, sir.
McCracken. So you got your hands full there, I would imagine. You got plenty to do.
Oh, yeah.
But you see this situation, and you're thinking, somebody ought to do something about that, and I'm somebody.
That's right. So I've been practicing law here in Paducah for about 18 years. I was a public defender starting out. I did that for 10 years, and I worked my way up to being a misdemeanor prosecutor, made it all the way to first assistant in the county attorney's office, got called up to be a felony prosecutor, and now I'm the first assistant Commonwealth's attorney. And that means that if there's a really serious case, chances are I'm the one that prosecutes it. If the police have a question on a big case, I'm usually the one that answers that question. I teach criminal justice in my spare time at the community college. So, I do have a lot on my plate in addition to raising 3 kids here. There's a lot of other things I could be doing other than running for office. And frankly, putting bad guys in jail is fun. But we need a change. We need a change in district court. I wouldn't be doing this if we didn't need a change.
Well, you're very familiar then with the day-to-day operations of the district court here.
Absolutely. So I was a misdemeanor prosecutor in addition to being a public defender that worked in the district court here. So I've tried a lot of cases in district court, primarily DUI cases and misdemeanor cases. I was the juvenile public defender, which district court handles juvenile court. I was the juvenile public defender here for almost a decade. So I'm very familiar with what goes on in district court. I'm also very familiar with what's not going on in district court now. The simple fact of the matter is that I'm tired of hearing that, say, juveniles are not being brought over from the juvenile detention center for court because an order didn't get signed. I'm tired of hearing about people's parents not being able to go to an assisted living place because a guardianship order is not getting signed. I'm tired of hearing about estates not getting settled because the orders disposing of the estates are sitting there unsigned. I'm tired of court being canceled, and I'm tired of, frankly, just hearing that the district court's not doing its job. I'm tired of hearing from detectives that they looking for all over the place for someone to sign a search warrant and can't find this judge. Something needs to be done. And, to me, I'm out here working my tail off at this campaign. And, for somebody to not even show up to anything, well, it's a little bit insulting. But it just further shows the need for this change, and I could do a very good job.
James Mills is running for district judge here in McCracken County. Any appearance you got coming up that you want people to know about that you're going to be at?
Well, of course, Barbecue on the River is on the horizon, and I plan on being out there and shaking hands. But the main thing to me in this campaign is just getting out and knocking on everybody's door. Like I said, I've knocked on 3,000 doors. I plan on, if you're a voter and if you're listening to this, you probably are, you'll probably see me because I'm going to try to hit every neighborhood in this county and introduce myself. The way I look at this is I'm interviewing for a job. I want to introduce myself to every single person who's going to be my employer.
James Mills, candidate for district judge, getting ready for the election coming up. Listen, James, appreciate you coming out.
Thank you.
After a well-deserved week off,